It's easy to discount something you can't prove. Most of us, like the scientists, need tangible evidence to believe. But this man knows what he saw. He's an accomplished forester and woodsman who happened upon something in northern BC. He doesn't want fame or fortune, or even to be identified.
Please support this channel by subscribing and leaving comments.
For nearly half a century, something big and hairy has lurked in the woods near the resort community of Harrison Hot Springs. It's like a... well, we'll let Mary and Kumi tell you about it.
Some people believe that there are monsters in the woods of British Columbia. Big, hairy, upright creatures larger than any human, gorilla, or bear. The Indians called them Sasquatch. And since the 1930s, these woods around Harrison Hot Springs have been a popular spot to see them. The last sighting in Harrison was made this August by a local resident. Gord Flanders was riding in a truck with friends when it happened.
And this creature was going up the side of the hill, and then it kind of stopped, and then it went to the down the bank, and it went down to the flats, and it just hightailed real quick across the flats over a hump, and it was gone. It was quite a creature. It's a good-sized creature. I say it was 6+, and it was black in color. It made a growl, too.
Sasquatch, or Bigfoot, has been making headlines for years with chance sightings like Gord's, but some people don't leave it to chance. They're Sasquatch hunters like Bob Titmus. So curious, they're driven to look for the beast. Titmus has been hunting for 26 years and has a collection of big plaster footprints to prove it.
They don't even resemble a gorilla track. They don't come close to resembling a bear track. And I've spent a good deal of time in Alaska where they have huge grizzly bear and the Kodiak bear, and there's no resemblance whatsoever. Well, the first one I saw was in 1942. It looked like more like a giant, tremendously heavily muscled man, completely covered, almost completely covered with hair, to the extent that a bear is covered with hair.
Do you believe in Sasquatch?
Oh, yes, I do. It proved itself to me.
How?
Well, by tracking it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times over a period of 26 years.
With all the sightings and hunters around Harrison, it's become a popular tourist attraction. Sasquatch makes money. But long before they made money, they made myths. Sasquatch was part of the folklore of West Coast Indians. They believed. Marjorie Halpin, curator of the Museum of Anthropology at the University of British Columbia.
Because most mythic type beings, or beings that exist in our heads, have been, no longer have any claim on reality. Santa Claus, the devil, elves and fairies and gnomes. But the Sasquatch cannot be dismissed as a mere creature of the mind because, for a century or so, people have been reporting experiences of it and finding its footprints in the earth. So how can a being of the mind leave a footprint in the earth? That gives it a claim to mystery.
The mysterious Sasquatch, rarely photographed. This 1967 film may be the only one ever taken. But scientists refuse to accept that this furry Northern California creature was indeed Bigfoot. Paul LeBlond is Associate Dean of Science at the University of British Columbia. He's involved in a new field, cryptozoology, the study of hidden animals.
My attitude to this, like most scientists, is that here's a fascinating new piece of information. Science is, after all, based on curiosity. And we have this great degree of curiosity, but we're not absolutely sure that anything is there. We just would like to pursue our curiosity in a careful way, and not just by sitting around and waiting for people to tell us that this is true and this is not true, but by furthering expeditions and by furthering discussion of this kind of subject. But it doesn't mean that science with a big S has accepted with a big A, the existence of these things.
It's easy to discount something you can't prove. Most of us, like the scientists, need tangible evidence to believe. But this man knows what he saw. He's an accomplished forester and woodsman who happened upon something in northern BC. He doesn't want fame or fortune, or even to be identified.
And I saw this creature about 7 feet, maybe 8 feet tall. And it had the physique of a long-distance runner, but it was the height of a very tall basketball player. And it was very human-like in posture. Walked on two legs, wasn't stooped over in any way. Had a short neck.
Could it in any way have been a gorilla, a bear, or a human being?
No, not a chance. Not a chance. I was in a state of shock for a number of days afterwards, I really was. Because I didn't believe that these things existed, and there it was, I saw it, so.
Is there something out there? Those who have seen have no doubt. Most others question why it's impossible to catch the creatures, why all the pictures are fuzzy, why they stay away from the grasp of man.
It's an obviously very intelligent creature, and that's why they're not seen. They don't want to be seen.
One Sasquatch hunter told me that maybe they've been going about this wrong all these years. If the creature is as shy and elusive as they say, tramping through the woods may be the worst way to catch him. Better, perhaps, find a quiet spot all to yourself, have a little Sasquatch candy on hand to lure him, play a little quiet Mozart music, and wait. Wait for him to come to you.
All this rare and unique content, please show your support by subscribing and leaving comments.